Hello. Hey everybody, it's Empath Chat time. It's Empath Chat. And I am just sharing out to see what happens if I share it out today. Not always. Lately, it seems like Facebook is not loving all the sharing and all the good things. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hey, everybody. So I wanted to share this with you today during my month of Empath Chats because I had a great question come up in my Facebook group. And if you're not in my Facebook group, you are invited to come in. It's called The Awakened Empath. And these are questions that are coming from my weekly coaching calls. So once a week, I go live for a Q&A session. So it's like a free coaching call for anyone who wants to jump on and ask questions, and I answer them. I also put a post out a couple days earlier. People can post questions there, and I answer them. So it's really fun. And I had some great questions this week. And one of them was, as an empath, how can you heal from a broken heart? And I thought that was a wonderful question and something that fits right in with the conversation we're having this month about empaths. So, and actually probably it would be similar, whether you're empath or not. Well, I think everybody is an empath, but to the degree that you choose to step into those qualities and characteristics. If you consider yourself an empath or highly sensitive or intuitive, healing from a broken heart is probably very similar to somebody who does not consider themselves that. I would probably give the same advice, but here we go. We're going to say it anyways, from an empath's point of view, because as empaths, we are, sometimes like an open sponge, and we tend to absorb other people's emotions, other people's feelings, the situational energy in different places, and we take them on as our own. And we feel them as well, which is actually our gift, that we can really sincerely empathize and really be compassionate and truly identify and resonate with what other people feel. So when somebody says to you, oh my gosh, I know how you feel, from an empath, they're actually being serious. It's not just a cliche. Like, they usually can understand exactly how you feel. So that's a gift. However, when we choose as empaths to hang on to that and we choose to absorb it as part of our own being and our own energy, it can be draining, it can be painful, and it can bring up all sorts of other unhealed pain, stuff, and just things that we haven't quite processed and worked through yet. And I would venture to say sometimes that's why we end up hanging on to it. But that's a whole different topic. But anyways, so for a broken heart, when we're in relationships, we tend to go all in. We tend to be completely open. We tend to absorb the other people's emotions, our partner's emotions and feelings. And we also absorb what they say. And we also absorb the feelings of the ups and downs of the relationship, and sometimes to an extreme. So where if our partner feels stressed out or is going through a tough time, we may end up getting into like a bad mood, or we end up feeling that same pain, that kind of thing. We really start to become almost one with their energy field, right? So when we are heartbroken by that, we can take it in very deeply, we can take it very personally, and especially if there was some sort of either an abusive element to the relationship, or some sort of the other person was very critical, or there was some sort of mistreatment there, that can be it can be devastating to anyone. Don't get me wrong, I'm not making light of this for anyone other than empaths, but empaths can really hang on to the negative and either not remember the positive or not remember that they don't have to take on their partner's journey as their own. So when somebody hurts you, that's really part of their journey. I know it's hard to say, it's easier said than done, but most of the time it's not about you. It's about some past pain that they haven't processed, or some view of the world or view of relationships that they've picked up throughout their lifetime, and it's being projected onto you. And as empaths, sometimes we can take that in as, oh, it's my fault, or I didn't love that person enough, or if I just did this person would have hung around, or what did I do wrong? How was I not enough? We're kind of almost like it just feeds that feeling of not enough that empaths can often have, every person can have this, but empaths can take it in and just hold on to that. And it can sometimes be the go-to feel, like the default feeling, instead of knowing how wonderful you are, knowing what your gifts are, knowing that you're unique and beautiful and amazing just as you are, and you deserve to have your best life. We can focus on those times when we didn't feel like we did our best, or focus on the shortcomings that we feel we have, or focus on the criticism that somebody else gave us, okay, and take that in and hang on to it for a long time. So healing a broken heart is not always easy. So for empaths, I would say the first thing is just be where you're at and accept where you are. And don't feel like you have to grieve, because it's going to be a form of grief, right? You lost something, it's a loss, it's grieving. So treat it as such. So as grieving, I generally say for myself, for empaths, for anyone, grieving is a journey that's completely individual. There's no time frame. There's no, way to do it that's right or wrong. It's what is meaningful to you, but allow it to be. The one thing that can be really tricky is if we try to spiritually bypass it and we just get over it. Like we just have to move on, get over it, which sometimes I feel like our culture even pushes us to do. Be in this space of, well, brush it off, get over it. And there are times when that may be appropriate, but if you're dealing with a broken heart and you seriously feel that way, even if the other person is probably not the best person for you, and this breakup in the long run may be for the best, it still hurts and it still sucks. So acknowledge that this hurts, this sucks, and I'm in pain. And and sit with it. And the more we try to resist being in our pain, and we try to resist feeling the feels, then the more it comes at us like a freight train. And the longer we sit in that kind of space of tension, that restlessness, that like stressed out feeling, because we don't allow ourselves to fully feel, which is why we're here, by the way, empaths and everyone else. We're here to have a human experience, which means we're here to feel. Even if our culture, at least but here in America, I don't know about all over the world, I can't speak for anywhere else, but here it's like there's such a culture of don't feel, like don't express yourself, don't feel your true feelings, or do it out loud, or people are gonna criticize you, or people are gonna know your dirty laundry, or people are gonna know that you're weak, or people are gonna, like, feeling sad or angry or upset is seen sometimes as weak or out of control or scary. I know that the word hysterical came as to tell, to kind of keep women quiet. It was not a nice word. It was not a word that was used as a compliment back when it was created. Because that's women's way of, we're very feeling beings and tend to be very expressive, and that was pushed down on us for centuries or years. I don't know about centuries, maybe decades, I don't know, but by our culture to keep quiet, or our culture that wants us to be concerned about, like, when mental illness is mental illness and it needs to be diagnosed and treated by a medical professional, that's one thing. But I caution sometimes that it's overused to the point where if you're having a tough time and you're going through a grieving process, doesn't mean you have mental illness. Just because you're very, very sad and your thoughts are very, very dark. It's, what you do with those thoughts, what you decide, how you handle them and what you do with them is really what determines where you're at, right? So you can either deal with them in a way that's healthy and that's appropriate, or you can be destructive. So let's go on the side of healthy and appropriate and say, if you feel them and you allow yourselves to feel them and you don't resist, then you let them move through you. Just like water needs to move through, and it's going to move through no matter what. You can put up like a wall to stop water, you can put up rocks, but eventually it's going to keep pushing and pushing till it seeps through the cracks, or the water level rises and it goes over the dam. I mean, you can't stop those things in nature that want to move through. You don't stop it. You don't stop the wind, right? You don't stop it. So what you do is you let it move through. Otherwise, it's going to keep on pushing and pushing till it gets through. And that's like grief and anger and sadness. Just be there with it. And then deal in any way that you can get it out, whatever works for you. Some people love to journal and just write out all your feelings, like brain dump, brain dump, brain dump. Write that nasty letter to your ex or to whoever it is. Say whatever you need to say. Speak your truth. Dump out how you feel. Holy shit, I feel like crap today. I'm feeling a little better today. I'm back to sad again. I just want to cry all day and hide in a corner. Just express exactly how you feel on paper. And then if you need to burn it as kind of a ritual, burn it. If you want to keep it, whatever it is, just dump it out, get it out, and process. Maybe you are someone who just wants to meditate. You can meditate. You can just really see what comes up, allow the feelings to come up, and allow yourself to be guided, or working on getting back to your centered, grounded space. Maybe you do, I talked about in my group, a technique called swamping that I learned at a seminar done by Mama Gina, who's wonderful, by the way. She's into, she does work around women's empowerment and divine feminine and sacred feminines. Awesome. So there's a technique called swamping where you allow yourself to grieve through body movement. So you put on, and first of all, if you have to cry, you cry. Like, you don't have to hold back. Like, hold back. If you got to cry, you got to scream. Go into your, and if you have little kids around, or if you have, neighbors or something, go scream into a pillow. Go into your room and lay in your bed and just cry. Have a cup of tea or a cup of hot chocolate or anything, just comfort. Like, do whatever you have to do to get the feelings out in the physical. So turn on some sad music. This is swamping. Turn on some really emotional music, like a good breakup song or whatever you have to do, and just feel the music. Let it bring up whatever it brings up, and move your body in whatever way it wants to go. There's no right or wrong, okay? Whatever moves you, let it guide you. I was at a seminar and I watched women do this on stage, and it varied from women who dropped to the floor and had an outright tantrum and just kicked and screamed, women who dropped to their knees and just sobbed, women who did a sensual dance, women who did almost like a really like headbanging kind of dance. Just get it out. Allow the feelings to go through you physically, right? And you can do it as many times as you want until you feel that break. So until you feel like, okay, I kind of got that out and I'm starting to feel a little better. Doesn't mean, again, it's your time frame. Don't put any expectations on it or get any attached to any outcome. Just allow yourself to go through the process as it works for you. And then 10x your self-care. Like, kick-ass self-care. We're talking, like I said, curl up into your bed if you have to with a cup of tea, cup of coffee, cup of hot chocolate, glass of water, green juice, whatever you want, and read a good book, or just lay there, get some extra sleep, or listen to your favorite music. Maybe you want to listen to uplifting music or old music from when you were in high school that makes you smile. Maybe you want to watch 90210, the new episode starting tonight, right? Like, do something that it just brings you some kind of comfort that is healthy in a, not a destructive way, but meaning like, take a salt bath, go get a massage, go get a mani-pedi, or go call your best friend and just laugh your ass off, go to a movie, or go dancing, like something that brings you both comfort and self-care, meaning honor your body. If you need to rest, you need to cry, you need to just sit, do those things. And then find something that will help you to start raising your vibration again. So that's laughter, that's joy, that's play. Even if you don't feel like it, just humor yourself for a little bit. Just try it little by little. And you're not forcing it. You're just, allowing yourself to just go and do some things that make you happy and just make you smile, and be okay with the fact that tomorrow you may feel just yucky again. Just allow yourself to go through the process and honor where you're at. And like I said, just massive self-care. Once you feel like you're getting over that hump where you're kind of like, okay, I'm starting to kind of move through this grief now, and I'm starting to really, you can feel your broken heart starting to kind of feel a little stronger. Oh, by the way, I would also recommend a rose quartz crystal. Carry a rose quartz crystal with you, around you. You can, when you're out and about, in your bra or in your pocket, in your purse, by your bed at night, to remind yourself to really keep your heart chakra, open, for like, keep it from just closing tight and getting hurt and closing off and getting that stuck energy there, to keep it open and flow. Because remember, this is all, whatever we go through is all part of our spiritual growth. Here's the thing, it's all for our growth. And even though it sucks and you're pissed off and you're sad and you're stressed, know that, and we trust that as empaths, you trust that you have a connection with the divine. You have the universe, who is co-creating your best life with you, which is helping you learn what you need to learn, having that human experience. You're that spiritual being. So trust that you're being brought this situation because there's something that's here that you need to know for your next level of growth. And you may not want to think of that in the beginning. You just want to be pissed and sad, and that's okay. The universe loves you unconditionally, no matter what, and understands that you're going through your human process. So do that. When you start to feel it clear, though, and you'll feel it, like, check in with your body all the time. How am I feeling? Where's the tension? Where's there loosening? Am I feeling stronger? Am I sitting up straighter? Are my shoulders down? Is my chin up more? Am I smiling more? Do I feel like I'm, in that place where I can spontaneously smile, laugh, like I can feel the joy coming back again? And then know that the universe has your back. Then you can start looking at, and this is something to journal and meditate about too, like what are the lessons? What have I learned from this relationship, from this broken heart period of time? What do I need to know? What do I need to see differently? What do I need to know? And what do I need to do differently as I'm going to step into the next chapter of my life? So when you're ready, when it clears and you're ready to start thinking again about what you want to create, now you know what you don't want to create, right? So what can you learn from that? What are the gifts that you can take from that? And what are the lessons that you can take from that relationship? And then going forward, you don't want to have that heart chakra closed and bring that energy or that pain from that last relationship to your future relationships. You don't want to bring that baggage and place it on the other person. I'm sure we've done that before, or we've had it done to us, right? And just how that's so unproductive and it doesn't feel good. It's not fulfilling. So allow yourself to just really be open and trusting that you can have your heart chakra open. It's okay. You can definitely, if you want to, envision your heart chakra energy, that light coming from your heart chakra, just putting a bubble around you and putting that bubble of love. And you can see it as a protective bubble when you're going through your grieving process. But I don't always recommend that empaths stay in that sense of that need to protect, because then you're shutting people out, right? And the vibration is like, get away. And then how are we going to be able to attract our next best relationship from that space? Probably not. So, but that's a whole other video. But so you want to then start to envision, well, what do I want? What does my epic soulmate relationship look like? And then start to treat yourself as if you already have that soulmate relationship in your life. So be your own soulmate. So how would you want that soulmate relationship to treat you? Right? How would that partner treat you? Treat yourself that way. How would you feel if you woke up each morning next to your soulmate partner? How would you feel? And feel that way now. Find the ways to bring that joy into your life now without depending on another partner for looking to the outside to get that validation, to get that, that self-worth, and have it come from here. And that's where you're going to attract your beautiful, amazing soulmate. When you're honoring yourself and treating yourself like the soulmate that you deserve into your life, that's when that person will come in. That's the vibe you put out, and that's what you're going to bring in. So remember that. So, and I know, like I said, you may not feel like doing that in the beginning, but honor where you're at, and just honor where you're at every single day, and be willing to just feel what you need to feel and do the things and take care of yourself and return to love and joy. The only time when the broken heart or feeling those feelings that are lower vibration get to be a real issue is when we choose to stay there, and it stops us from functioning in our lives, or it stops us from creating our best life. Right? Eventually, at some point, we have to take those painful experiences and those lessons and transmute them into something that we can use to create our best life. We can get us to our next level, right? So that's what this is. So I hope this helped you. And by the way, these are the kind of things that we're going to be going through more in depth in my program, The Awakened Empath, which is beginning on September 9th. So if you're someone who's an empath, highly sensitive, intuitive, and you want to spend 8 weeks with me, this is a live course with me going live and helping all my empath and highly sensitives really understand, why do you feel the way you feel? Why are you highly sensitive? There are scientific reasons for that, and there are spiritual reasons for that. And why is it that we sometimes attract relationships that really aren't for us or deliver us some really tough lessons? Why does that happen? And what can we do to heal from them? And what can we do to move on from them? And what can we do to then attract our best relationships, our nurturing relationships from there? How do we protect our energy, or how do we really get ourselves into higher vibrational spaces? We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about how do we uncover our purpose as an empath and not feel stuck, like we're not sure, or we're not feeling confident, and how do we take our gifts as an empath and use them to support our amazing, epic, juicy, hair on fire life. Okay, so this is what it's going to be. The Awakened Empath, 8 weeks of this. with me. It's an intensive live in a private Facebook group. So if you're interested in that program, let me know ASAP, because oh my gosh, I can't believe it's almost a month away. I'm so excited though. This is going to be an amazing program. So just comment below the Awakened Empath or message me privately and I will get in touch with you about that. And if you find this video helpful, please share it out to other empaths and highly sensitive who could use these messages. And I think Facebook's getting a little cranky lately with these videos and with the exposure for live streams. So if you could help me out, help a sister out, help a light worker out to get these messages out there, because I want to awaken empaths one soul at a time and help them step into their role as light workers and help them create lives that are authentically theirs and where they feel empowered and not drained and confused and stuck and like Hot Mess Express, okay? We're getting off the Hot Mess Express, my empath friends, and we're going to step into our power, and that's what I'm here for. So let me know if you're interested in that program. Also, the Awakened Empath online show, which is my talk show that I'm doing with 21 experts, including the amazing Dr. Shafali, who's been on Oprah, Super Soul Sessions, Dr. Andrea Pennington, who has also been has been in the media many times. Check her out. Abby Wynn, Desda Zuckerman. These are all like very, and so many more. Linus Woods Mullins, who are the experts in holistic health, being an empath, spirituality, Akashic records, psychic mediumship, shamanism, and just so much more. You're going to love this. If you're an empath, you got to get your hands on this. So go to jenrapinian.com, put your name and email in, and I will deliver the deliver the interviews to you through email. Go to your email. As soon as you sign on my page, put your name and email in, go check your email and all the details will be there. And we start next Monday, August 12th. So good. Daily inspiration. You're going to love it. All right. So with that, my beautiful friends, I love you so freaking much. And it is your time. It is your time to rise up. It is your time to feel empowered. It is your time to step into your light and your greatness. Fuck yes. We need you. We need you. Empaths and light workers. So I'm here for you. I'm going to high five you. I'm going to fist pump you right now. And if you need me, just message me or comment below for any information on programs, one-on-one coaching. I have a group coaching program and I have a free group. I have all the things to have you covered on your journey. So talk to me or check me out on Instagram too. I have Instagram things going on, one card readings, and my IGTV will be this live stream here. But I'm here for you and I love you, and let's do this. Let's go into 2020 feeling like we have our hair on fire, which is a good thing. All right, I love you guys. Bye.